I just had this go on forever.
I'm down with that.
All right, this is where we usually pop in. We'll pop in here. Hello, everybody. NYMD podcast here on this Sunday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's getting ready for their Thanksgiving week. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrod here. You're a host. What's going on, B?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. How about you? How you doing?
Listen, went biking yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Found a new hobby.
Yeah, man.
So I'm trying to get in there. I'm going to get you out soon.
We'll see, man. I'm gonna start calling you Lance, man.
No, believe me. I wish I was taking what he was taking. Some of these hills are brutal. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man.
I wouldn't say everything that he was taking, but yeah. Definitely not his personality because he's definitely a jerk. But I'm good. Yeah, it's all good. But thank you, everybody. Welcome in, of course, NYMD podcast. We're on Facebook, IG, the Twitter. Of course, we're here powered by StreamYard. And, of course, on YouTube where we're live. Please follow us. Click on like, NYMD podcast. And if you just want to hear the audio version, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NYMD podcast. So what you got going on for this week, man? What we talking about this week? What we got, son?
Well, before we get into sports, I got to mention this week was a great week, man, because we had the return
of the man.
No. We had TV, man. It was a big deal this week, man. We had 30 years in the making, a reunion of sorts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, Jeezy and Gucci. I thought it was 15. No, they're beefing for 15 years, right? Oh, you're not talking about that?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
30 years in the making. So what? I was 14 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Did
were.
it start out in Philadelphia?
Huh?
Did it start out in Philadelphia?
Possibly.
Was anybody there that was born and raised?
Possibly.
Playground where he spent most of his days?
Possibly.
But he got in some trouble. Some guys in the neighborhood.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. But his mom got scared.
Yeah.
All right. Moved his auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Possibly. So you know what I'm talking about then?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you didn't hear about the
big French reunion?
No. You thought that's what I was talking about?
Yeah.
Even better.
Oh wait, 30 years. Even better than the Fresh Prince reunion?
Even better.
Dude, now I don't know. Then maybe I do know. I forgot. But
the return of the Animaniacs, son.
Oh,
dude,
way better.
Let me tell you something.
Way better. But they do it. They're doing new ones, right?
Yes, dude. Let me tell you something. I had no idea. And look, first of all, of course, I was excited about the Fresh Prince reunion. I was trying to set you up there. We got to talk about that real quick. But I was more excited, when I saw that Hulu was making a new Animaniacs, and of course, I've already watched a lot of them.
Now, is it the same voices?
I believe so. I haven't checked, but they sound like they're the same. But of course, this was, like I said, it was almost 30 years ago, pretty much. And so I think it's the same voices, but they don't sound quite, as youthful. So I think it is the same people. But yeah, they redone Animaniacs. They modernized it, which is even more hilarious because some of the episodes I watched are even relevant to today. Dude, Animaniacs was that show that was kind of reminded me, of SpongeBob in a way because in the sense that Animaniacs was one of these first shows where it was a kid show, but it really wasn't a kid show. Because there were a lot of the jokes. Yeah. Where SpongeBob is the same way. It's a kid show, but it has a lot of the jokes will be over kids' heads. But Animaniacs, there's a lot of it, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Smart show. They always had a smart show.
Yeah, yo, it's a lot of adult jokes in Animaniacs, and this, yo, and they, like I said, they came back and kind of modernized some things, and there's just some things that they throw in, and they did bring Pinky and the Brain back.
Yeah,
Pinky and the Brain back, which is, and they kind of like, yo, the first episode of Pinky and the Brain, yo, had me dying because they were like, what have you been doing for the past like 27 years? So you see Brain and these with the age of the internet, like he developed this it's almost like he took the internet age and kind of came up with this plan to like take over the world, but he had to wait because of he had to wait for the internet technology and all stuff. Dude, dude, I love the Animaniacs when it came out, and when I saw that it was a new one, yo, I still know the themes. I could sing you the theme song.
Yeah, who couldn't?
After not watching it for almost 20 some odd years. So yeah, man, that was great, man. But it was a good week, man, because we had Animaniacs come back and we had the Fresh Prince reunion, which was awesome. I don't know if you've seen it.
And Jeezy and Gucci made up.
I know.
Stopped the beef, but they stopped the beef, is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
They had the most viewers on Versus ever. They had like over 1.8 million people watching at one time.
That's great.
Yeah, so I mean, good for them. But
I don't want to compare Jeezy
to Animaniacs to
Look, man, I got to see Aunt Viv again, okay? And I'm not talking about the original Aunt Viv, okay?
That shocked me.
Janet Hubert, all right?
Yeah.
To me, Janet Hubert is Aunt Viv. I don't know who the other person is.
Of course. I mean, I know who the other person is.
Yeah.
But no one replaces the original Aunt Viv.
No.
That's like, to me, replacing Claire Huxtable. Like,
right.
Yeah, this is Aunt Viv was Aunt Viv, and
yeah,
it was beautiful to see. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I can't wait for to sit down and actually watch it.
Well, one of the cool things was you forget, like we love that show. Mondays, that's what we was watching. Like we were watching Fresh Prince, but you forget the cultural. At least I did, the cultural impact that it had. And I remember of course I remember the crossover effect it had. It was like Cosby, where it was a black show, but it wasn't just a black show. I mean, it had massive appeal to everyone. But one of the most interesting things, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but when you watch it, Will Smith tells the story of how the show even came into existence. Of his, and I'm putting in quotes, his audition for the show is such a good, man. Never heard that story. It's an awesome story, man.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I was like, wow, so this is how this came to be. And it was pretty cool, man. But it was just, man, the cast looked great.
They do. Everybody looked wonderful. Yeah, everybody. They're only missing James.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude Uncle Phil was everybody's uncle. Or I mean, damn. And I know they always play that one episode where Will's like, I don't need him. Anyway, I'm okay. And like, why don't he love me? I'm about to get choked up now.
Yeah, and of course they talked about that episode. But yeah, James Avery was awesome. And yeah, they dedicated some time talking about him and his impact on them. Will Smith talked about his impact, the impact that James Avery had on him. But there's another reason why I love James Avery.
He was a voice in a cartoon. He was Splinter or something, right? No. What was he?
He was Shredder. He was the voice of Shredder in Ninja Turtles.
Where did I get Splinter from?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Is there? Oh, Splinter is what?
Is the rat.
Yeah, okay.
That's
okay.
Splinter. Yeah.
That's how much I watched the show.
Yeah. But James Avery was actually the voice of Shredder.
Yeah, okay. I knew he was on the Turtles.
Yes.
I forgot who he was, but I'm not a turtle person, so
yeah.
Unlike some people on that show. But yeah, I can't. I don't know who Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, and I'm missing the other one.
Leonardo.
There you go. I don't know what colors they are, nothing.
Oh, come on.
All I know is I like the one that like pepperoni pizza.
That's Michelangelo.
Yeah, so he was cool. Even though I think he didn't wear red, though. He had a different color.
He was yellow.
Okay, there you go. Red being my favorite color, but yellow was close. So I was like, he likes pepperoni pizza. Other than that, I know Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So that's my knowledge of Turtles, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. But yeah, man, it's just been a real nostalgic television week, man, with all these
Yeah, all we need now is a Lost reunion. And I'm all in. I'm like, literally, it's poker, I'm all in. Like, just here's all my chips.
Yes.
I'm all in because that would get me going right away. Just even if they sit down and talk. I don't even want to do anything else. Just sit down and just reminisce on the show and talk about whatever. Because I do miss that show.
Yeah, I need a new version of Lost. I just want a new version of the show. It's funny, Nayla, she was actually started watching Lost again. It's weird. She was just, I was like, I came downstairs, she's watching season 1 of Lost. I'm like, that's my daughter. That's my
offspring right there. My offspring, y'all. I'm so proud of you. You not watching this garbage. You watching Lost right now, son. I love you, kid. All the things that make you proud of kids. That's like what I'm like. You watching what I'm watching, man. You listen to what I'm listening to. Like you sit there, you catch a kid listening to Biggie or something. You're just like. Love you so much. And I'm just like, what? It's just good music. I know. It just, oh my God. Even though he's like, but some of the words you shouldn't listen to, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Anything better than Migos.
Yeah, wow.
So, as you know, we're not a big Migos podcast.
Yeah.
We're not Amigos Future podcast, people. Sorry,
I told you, like we were talking about earlier. I have a strained relationship with a lot of.
We're Outkast, Biggie, Tupac, Big Pun, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest podcast. Sorry. All right, man. Let's get going in the sports, man. So this past week, the NBA draft happened.
Yeah,
a virtual draft. Nobody in person.
Now, I will say, I did not watch any of the draft. Did you watch the draft by any chance?
Well, yeah, because we're a sports show, so I gotta watch the draft.
I didn't watch any of the draft.
Yeah, I watched the draft, and it was, they did good interviews. It was, of course, people crying. Now I do know that what they do is they do ship every hat to people. Yeah, I always thought that was the case, and they actually said that they ship every hat so they can pick out the right one. Yeah, I forgot one draft pick, they couldn't find the hat. It took them like 2 minutes to find it while he was on the air. But it was. But I mean, it was. Wouldn't say there's okay names, and a lot of these kids haven't played because they didn't play the NCAA tournament last year. Yeah, so it was a little bit weird from them not playing since basically. Their conference tournament season, and LaMelo didn't even play in college. He played overseas. So, but the number one pick is Edwards went to the Timberwolves. He was the number one draft pick in the NBA draft, and the other big name, of course, is LaMelo. LaMelo went to your boys' team, Charlotte. Yeah, who also had a pretty interesting. Free agent signing as well, but also for my team, the Knicks picked Obi Toppin from Dayton. He's a New York kid.
And if I see a Florida State player was the number 4 pick.
Oh yeah, yep. Hold on 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so Anthony Edwards won, of course. My boy Patrick Williams went to the Bulls. We have another for Devin Vessel. He went 11th to San Antonio. I'm telling you, that Florida State team, if they had the tournament, was loaded last season. That's why that hurt so bad when we couldn't have that tournament, because that would have been the first number 1 seed Florida State would have had. Man, so I mean, did
the seeding come out?
No, they never released it. Released it, but they would have been a number 1. They won the ACC tournament. Had a great regular season. They were just a really good team. So,
Yeah, Maryland suffered too because we tied with the Big Ten with Big Ten championship with I think Michigan State and another team. I forgot who the other team. I think it was a 3-way tie. I think Maryland was going to be at least a number 2 seed. Yeah, and they got shut down.
And the Maryland kid went 10th in the draft.
Yeah, Jalen Smith.
Yeah, went to Phoenix.
Nicknamed Sticks. From Baltimore zone. He's a Baltimore kid.
Oh, good.
Yeah, number 10 pick in the draft. He went to, was it Mount St. Joe? I forget what school in Baltimore he went to. But yeah, man. So that's pretty good. He's gonna be a good prospect. He's gonna be a good player. He has good game. He's just a little, they call him Sticks because he's thin. He needs to pick up a little bit more weight. But he's gonna be a stretch forward in the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah, but he could shoot a little bit. He's got really good, nice offensive game. So yeah, he'll that was good. I'm glad Phoenix got him. Who's this dude? The Wizards drafted out of Israel.
Yeah, because they needed some shooting. It is hold on 1 second. That's not him. I just had it right here.
I can't pronounce his name.
Denny Adije.
Okay, now this dude is like super athletic.
Yeah, dude. He had a won the player of the year over in Europe. Super athletic, small forward. He's big enough to play power forward, good ball handling skills, a playmaker. He's good. I'm telling you, he could play wonderful with Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a young player. I think he started playing with Maccabi Tel Aviv when he was like 16 or something.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because he's 6'9", 215. Probably just needs to put on a little bit of weight, but made some good strides on defense, and he's just he's a playmaker, and I think that's something the Wizards need as a playmaker. So I think it's actually I feel like it fits in perfect with what the Wizards need at this point, because I don't know how long John Wall's going to be there, especially since he requested a trade.
Yeah, so let's talk into that, man. It's a lot of happenings this week in the NBA, man. We had free agent signings, we had players requesting trades. Yeah, man. So what's going on with John Wall?
Well, supposedly he thought he heard his name, or maybe it was mentioned to him that he may have been offered in a trade for Russell Westbrook, which is, I hate to sound mean, but I mean, this is a sports show. I can have my opinion. This is a terrible idea.
For who?
For the Wizards.
Why?
Russ? I'm not saying he's not better than John Wall. I'm not saying that. Russ, I don't know how well he could play with others, so to speak. I know him and KD had a good rapport. I don't know if him and Bradley can have that same rapport, honestly. I just feel like he'd be there to try. I think he wants his own team. Because, him and Harden obviously didn't work out after that one season because both of them kind of want to be gone.
Yeah.
James Harden wants to be supposedly going only to the Nets, which, we'll get to that in a second. And Russ wanted to be traded too. I can't, and the Wizards already have so much, or have had all this dysfunction, because they really, at first, they tried to build a team around Wall. Wall, as we all know, is always hurt. And so they started building a team around Bradley Beal, because Bradley, I think, is a real star player, and they need to do that. But drafting this kid from Israel, I think, is a good idea. The dude could play, and he'll actually add a lot of some variety to that team and the offense, because you got to be able to make the playoffs in the East. But yeah, trading Wall for Russ, I just feel like it's just sitting one problem to another. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's good.
Not like, say, skill wise. I feel, and durability. Russ is more durable than Wall, but I just feel the team needs to go around Bradley. I just feel like he's the more consistent, healthier, better player.
Yeah. Do we know John Wall's health status right now?
Supposedly he's healthier.
His contract is ridiculous, though. That's the problem.
It's huge and dumb. But that's when they felt like they were backed in the corner. See, Washington is one of those weird teams that if they had they were afraid if they had no one on that team with that name value that people will want to come out and see, they wouldn't sell any tickets. So they're like, we need John Wall. People like seeing him play. He does some fantastic things that every now and then. He's like a poor Kyrie without a jump shot. And so maybe we in flat earth theories. And we need him. And I think they were just in a corner where they felt like they needed him. Because at that point, Bradley wasn't Bradley yet, but now Bradley's an all-star.
Yeah.
Should have been an all-star last year. And he's a top-notch. I love watching Bradley Beal play. He's the only Gator besides Percy Harvin that I've ever liked. So.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's a really good player.
But they need to build around him because he's the guy. But just having Russ is just another headache to me.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion. And James Harden want to be traded to the Nets. And Houston's like, we don't have to trade you. And I don't blame him. Because first of all, how are you going to I just want to be traded to one team. That lowers your value. B, how are you going to make it happen? And C, that wouldn't work anyway. Kyrie, Harden, and KD.
Well, where is this coming from? I mean, is the feeling mutual? I mean, is this a mutual thing? Like, do the Nets would they take Harden?
I think Harden and KD are cool. I don't know how Kyrie and Harden are, but back in Oklahoma City days. But for me, from like team wise, who would handle the ball?
Yeah, like I cannot see how Harden and Kyrie can exist on the set. Like
I don't see it either. I really don't. That unless Harden's like, I'll just stand up and hit jumpers all day. No, I just don't see it.
That just sounds like a recipe.
That would just ruin any chemistry that we don't even know if they have yet anyway, because they haven't played together.
Yeah.
This team hasn't even played together. So they got to play together first.
Yeah, I just don't see that.
Yeah, but Houston's in no, they don't have to. He's still under contract. He's they don't have to move him, and then you demanding trade to one team doesn't work. It doesn't work because again, it lowers your value, and it won't, and it doesn't help the team that has you. But I think since D'Antoni left. And D'Antoni is assistant coach with the Nets now. It's something that appeals to Harden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I just don't see it. I don't think it's going to happen either.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the other moves that happened this week in the NBA.
Well, let's talk about the defending NBA champions.
Yeah.
Who they signed. They signed the sixth man of the year, Montrezl Harrell. He's going from one LA to the other. He's going from the Clippers to the Lakers, which
I missed that one. Okay.
Oh yeah. That was huge because your boy Patrick Beverley was not happy about that. He tweeted out about that with one of those angry cursing faces. So next season the Clippers will not have 2 6 men of the year. So I'm pretty happy about that personally because I still don't know how you could have 2 6 men of the year. So Montrezl Harrell signed, KCP signed back, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
A 3-year deal, that's good for them.
Yeah, re-signed back. They did lose Rondo. Rondo did say goodbye. He's going to the Hawks.
Yeah.
But the bigger thing is they got the dude from OKC, Dennis Schroeder.
Yes.
In a trade.
I like him, man.
Yeah, younger, faster. I'm not saying he's Rondo leadership, but the dude averaged I think like 19 or something last season. Playing alongside Chris Paul.
Yeah, I was about to say he's just a younger, quick. That dude is lightning fast.
Yep.
He could do a little bit of everything. So I think that's a great move. The Lakers also lost Danny Green, right?
Yeah, they had to trade Danny Green to OKC, who then Danny Green was traded to somebody else after that. I forgot. He's been on 3 teams in like 5 days or something. But I think Philadelphia. So then Danny was traded to Philadelphia, whom themselves had pretty good, some pretty good pickups because they were just surrounding that team with shooters. So they have Danny Green. I know they signed someone else as well. I think their draft was pretty good. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Lakers are shaping up to be even better next year, man.
Yeah, they drafted Tyrese Maxey, with shooting guard from Kentucky, who's pretty good.
You know, who's that? Who drafted him?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go to So Danny Green they picked up. Who else did they pick up? Oh yeah, they also picked up Dwight Howard.
Yeah. So, dude, what happened?
Oh, Seth Curry. Seth Curry too. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they acquired Seth Curry from Dallas, and so Doc Rivers gets to coach his son-in-law, which of course that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, so getting back to Dwight Howard. So what happened there? Didn't he send a tweet pretty much saying he was? I thought he tweeted out that he was staying with the Lakers. Then he quickly deleted.
He tweeted out that he loves it. He's gonna stay purple and gold. Then he deleted it and signed with the 76ers. So that's Dwight Howard being Dwight Howard.
What? Like,
wow. I don't know. I can't even explain it, man. I mean, he got lucky. He's on that team. He actually played a pretty good part on the team.
He actually stayed healthy. They used him. They used him.
I mean, yeah, look, at 4:17 on 11:20, he tweeted, "I'm staying right here where I belong. Laker Nation, I love y'all. Purple and gold never gets old." Then it says this tweet has been deleted. But they said they never made him a formal offer as of yet.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, so that was funny. So yeah, he'll be backing up Embiid.
Okay.
In Philadelphia.
Well, he had a good year.
He won a ring.
Yeah.
Just add to the list of people who won a ring thanks to LeBron.
Yeah.
That dude would not have had one without him, but good for him. Good for him. But it's just that's the soul. Dwight never seems to leave LA on a high note. Put it like that.
Yeah.
So I have to say that's probably the last time you'll see him in a Lakers jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. So another big signing. I'm sorry about that. Is Van Vliet signed a big deal with Toronto to go back to Toronto. I believe it's 5 for $85.
So I thought he moved. Oh, he went back to Toronto. I thought he.
Yeah.
Oh
no, Van Vliet's back in Toronto.
Oh, okay. I thought he went with another team.
Oh. They kept him there. Hold on, I wanted to get the right amount of. I'm sorry, the Tampa Bay Raptors. My bad. I said Toronto. They're going to be playing in Tampa Bay next season.
Tampa Bay, man.
Let's see here. Yeah, Van Vliet. Let me see. Of course, you can never find the right information when you're looking for it. Oh yeah, 4-year, $85 million with the Raptors. So he stays there, and that is the biggest free agent deal for an undrafted player in NBA history.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so good job for Freddie on that one. Congrats on that deal. And the one that people were a little bit, I guess, probably shocked by is that, Gordon Hayward leaving Boston. He opted out of, I think, the final 2 years of his contract and signing a $120 million deal to join your boy down in Carolina.
Yeah. How many years is that, do you know?
I'm about to find out. 4-year, $120 million.
Wow, man. I don't know, man.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, hey, more power to him. That's what Charlotte wants to do. But man, I don't know if I would give him 120 mil. But hey,
they're trying to revamp that team around LaMelo. So we'll see how it works out.
Okay. And speaking of LaMelo, we also had your boy Melo re-signed with Blazers. So good, man. Good.
Yeah, I think that's good for him. They loved him up in Portland. He was actually having a good bubble.
Yeah, and they found a role for him, and it fits and good. I mean, I think we knew Carmelo could play if you just find the right role for him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's good, man. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. Other moves. Serge Ibaka may be leaving the Raptors and going to sign with the Clippers. That hasn't happened yet, but that's what it seems to be leaning towards. Tristan Thompson has finally left the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's going to join the Celtics. No deal has yet been announced. And those are some of the things that are remaining. Oh, and of course, we can't forget that CP3 was traded from Oklahoma City to Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dude, I totally forgot about that.
And I think that's huge for Phoenix, who had a really good bubble, man. They were like almost undefeated. They were so far behind they couldn't catch the AFC, but they had a really good bubble, and young up and coming team. And I think that's definitely going to help out Phoenix just get better.
Absolutely, man. They like you said, they're building a nice young squad, man. So I think CP3 is going to have a huge effect on that team.
Yep, and Jrue Holiday was traded from New Orleans to Milwaukee because, of course, Giannis is coming up soon for free agency, so they're trying to keep him there.
Yeah.
So they actually gave him some help. Our boy Kelly Oubre, who was traded in the CP3 trade, was traded to Golden State from OKC. That's good for Oubre because both of us watching the Wizards love Oubre.
Yeah,
and he's gotten better every season.
Yeah, man, I like him. I like him. So, yeah, I think that was a good move. Yes. On a sad note, we got some terrible news coming out of Golden State this week, man.
How did we forget about that? There's so much news that we forgot about, that horrificness, as I could call it.
Klay Thompson, as we know, he suffered Achilles? I mean, not ACL in the playoffs. He was recovering from that, and unfortunately, man, I think he was playing a pickup game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and injured his Achilles. Not good.
Tore his Achilles, and he's going to miss the next upcoming season.
Man, that's terrible, man. That sucks.
But I feel like it's one of those things where your body overcompensates because he tore his ACL. We're rehabbing from that, and it was in his opposite leg, and he tore his Achilles. So yeah, it's just back-to-back season-ending injuries is never a good thing, And Klay's such a good dude, good player. Yeah, it was just some bad news, man. It's so unfortunate. I actually was just kind of looking forward to seeing the Splash Brothers back again.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the biggest Steph Curry fan, only because what he's helped do to LeBron's legacy. But watching him play is fun, and he doesn't travel either.
Hold on, back up. You don't like Steph Curry because of what he did to LeBron's legacy? What do you mean?
Because they faced in the finals 4 times, and they won 3 of them. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all. I mean, that first year again, they shouldn't have won that one, but again, it was the fighting LeBrons and the Deladovas left on that team. And next year, they shouldn't have lost that one.
Right.
And they did. Then they added KD.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, just think about, I don't know if people really need to look and see how good that Golden State team was when you have Klay, KD, and Steph. I mean, you got shooters.
That's ridiculous.
Everywhere.
That's ridiculous.
Everywhere, man.
Okay.
And hopefully, again, we won't probably see anything with those type of shooters like that again. But yeah, it's So anyway, but I was looking forward to seeing them coming back because when there's healthy teams and the West is already loaded, and having a full strength, not now, but still having a competitive Golden State team come back with the Utahs and the Denvers and the Clippers and Lakers, and look at Phoenix. It just because obviously all those other teams are going to probably take a dip. Houston's probably going to take a dip. OKC is going to take a dip. Portland's going to be Portland. Mm-hmm. So all these teams are all going to be competitive. So it is it's always fun fun to see. But I was looking forward to actually them coming back because the season starts a month from today.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this real quick. So all right, I was just about to ask you. So the season starts next month.
Yep. Wow. A month from today, December 22nd.
Shortened season, correct?
It is 72 games. We're
Okay.
trying to do 72 games.
Wow, that's still a lot. Woo. Okay.
Yeah, well, 72 because they're still trying to end at the same time because they would have started already.
Yeah. Man. So LeBron didn't get no rest.
Yeah, well, I think this is a season where the Lakers and other people are talking about it's going to be like a load management situation.
I was just about to say, dude, if there were any reason, I mean, you know how I feel about load management, but
in all honesty, when you think about it, they just won 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean
that's not even that. That's not even 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's only been 6 weeks that they've been off. So, and I don't even think AD's still a free agent. They still got to sign AD. We still got a month left.
Yeah, what's the deal? So he opted. Why did he opt out?
He opted out because he wanted to see what the Lakers were going to do in free agency, and then just negotiate the years because you don't want to be tied down to something, and you want to know if I'm there once LeBron leaves, who am I going to be surrounded by? And I think that's a big deal for a lot of players these days.
Yeah, but can those questions be answered now?
Well, you can see what they're doing, and who knows what kind of conversations that they're having as well. So, I'm not privy to all those, but if you see them building, like adding a Dennis Schroeder, adding youth and talent, adding Montrezl Harrell and other people helps. It's not like they're going to say, like, we won our championship, so we're good. We're going to keep building and continue because they want AD to be the centerpiece once LeBron retires.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him for one. It's business. Like I said, when it comes to sports, it's business.
Yeah, I just feel like when you have a good thing going for yourself, why stomp on that?
He's going to resign, yeah, but it's not like he can't resign. He's going to resign, but he just wants to see how many years you want to be locked into that team.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because you're in there for 5 years and the team has a 2-year plan.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
Yeah, okay. All right, man. Well, that was good NBA discussion, man. We haven't really had a really good NBA talk and discussion for a while, man. It's been mostly football, so it's good to kind of get this action now, man. It was action packed this week. So yeah, man, it's good, man. Now we got to look forward to this upcoming season. So wait a minute, real quick before we leave. If the season starts in a month, when does training start?
I believe 2nd.
Okay.
Training camp starts like December 2nd, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because we got to get these rookies. Is there going to be rookie? I guess there's no rookie ball this year, right?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sense.
They got to just get them in camp and just get running,
Yeah.
So everything's, as we all know, everything's just off and weird.
Yeah.
That's how COVID has made everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right.
But no, like you said, there's going to definitely be a load management year, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, what are we going to next, man?
All right. Just want you to touch a little bit. Oh, and good morning, Doc. Good morning. I want you to touch a little bit on college football. What's going on in the college football landscape? How COVID has affected that?
Well, one of the bigger games. Well, I want to say it used to be a big game, but the Florida State Clemson game was canceled like 9:00 in the morning yesterday. So there was a player on Clemson who tested negative all week until Friday. So he tested positive Friday, traveled with the team to Tallahassee, and the medical staff from Clemson and Florida State could not agree on the safety of the players. So they end up postponing the game till December.
Okay, so it was postponed. Okay.
Yeah. So, which is, again, this stuff would never have happened. But COVID, that's what COVID has done. And it's canceled a bunch of games again this past weekend. We still did get some ranked games. Northwestern and Wisconsin played. Penn State is 0-5.
Man, that's crazy.
Which is insane to me. But UCF lost to Cincinnati, who's trying to get into the playoff by going undefeated. And our Coastal Carolina team beat Appalachian State to stay undefeated. So
okay. Wasn't there a triple overtime game or something yesterday?
It was Michigan and Rutgers. That's your conference. And Michigan won in triple overtime, 48-42. So, but they rallied from a 17-point deficit. I thought they're going to lose that game, but they ended up winning it in overtime. So now they have improved their record to 2-3.
Okay.
Yeah. So good. It's Michigan and just Penn State. Penn State being defeated. I don't know what's going on over there with James Franklin and that team, but it's just not. I don't know what it is. It's just not looking good.
Yeah.
But
no, I was gonna say another good game from yesterday, man, was Indiana Ohio State, man.
Yeah, well, Ohio State was up big. It was like 42-21 and ended up being 42-35. But Indiana's got a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the coach actually lost his son, got hurt last week. He was part of the team. I think he broke his leg.
Yeah.
So that was hard for the team and for, of course, his father to be there for him. But I love the way Indiana's fighting. I love their motto. Their motto is LEO, which stands for love each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he has brought that whole team together because we all know the history of Indiana football because there isn't.
I was about to say we do.
So, yeah, okay, Daggy. I know, believe me. As Dan Daggy joins us here, the Dolph fan, one of the Dolph fans. No, they don't need to cancel the game. I know we're going to get blown out, but they need to make up the game. So they're going to make up the game. So I feel good about that. So he's still buzzing off his high of Tua time.
You see, look, he even has the dolphin color.
He does. I know, right? The avatar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's also he's got that, and then he's got the little orange, which is still close to University of Miami, who's their game was canceled this weekend due to COVID. So yeah, it's just been a weird college football year.
Yeah, and then you broke the news for me that Maryland they had to cancel their game.
Yeah, against Michigan State. Well, Coach Loxley was diagnosed with COVID.
Yeah.
So I believe he's doing well. A lot of these are asymptomatic, but some people have felt different effects from having COVID. So just as long as everybody's trying to be safe, but that's why the Florida State Clemson game was postponed because they didn't want to take a chance. Like he was on the flight with the whole team, and they're not testing them that morning. So it was like, hey, we just don't feel safe having somebody around. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's true. When Kansas went to the Orange Bowl, I think they were 10-2 that one year. I think Fangini or something was their head coach. But Indiana seems a little bit more real than how Kansas was a Cinderella, but Indiana has been playing some good football. So I mean, they upset Penn State. Well, everybody's upsetting Penn State now, and they beat Michigan, so they're right behind. They're just one rank below. Where Ohio State is, who, of course, Ohio State's right now in my top four. The top four rankings for college football come out Tuesday. So my top four right now, currently, as we speak, number 1 is going to be Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. 3 is Notre Dame because they beat Clemson, and 4 is Clemson, even though they had that one loss. I don't think there's not yet. Florida's moving up there, even though I hate to say it. It just hurts my soul. Florida is getting closer, and Notre Dame and Clemson will probably play again in an ACC championship game. So if Clemson beats them, it probably will knock Notre Dame out. So we'll have to see. But Clemson has to remain undefeated, and so does Notre Dame to get to that point. But that's my top 4. We'll see what the college football rankings come out on Tuesday, and hopefully I get there. But let's get to the NFL, man.
Yeah, man, I can't believe we've talked this long and
haven't talked about the NFL yet.
Crazy. Oh, wait a minute. We have another question here. Yes. Should there be a tournament type for college football? Seems it's the fairest way to determine the champion. 16-team tourney? I don't know about 16 teams.
No.
There definitely needs to be.
I could do 8.
Yeah, definitely 8. Like I told you, Hurt, every other major sport has done it. They've adjusted their playoff schedule, and they've adjusted their playoff
the playoff format.
Yes, format.
Yeah.
College football can do the same.
They can, but again, this is still a place where they voted in the newspaper for the national champions back in the day. They had a coach poll. They had, writers poll. So it took them so long to get from that to the BCS. Remember the BCS?
Yeah.
BCS to this 14 playoff. So if there's a year that they should expand it, I would love for them to do it this year. It just would be fun. Now, some games, again, even when we had the top 4 teams, how many times has Oklahoma been there and been bludgeoned, literally beat down, dragged out, thrown out in the street because they have no defense? So why not add a Cincinnati this year? Why not add if Coastal Carolina goes undefeated? It's just fun. It would just bring out just the fans. It's something totally different than what we've seen, and people would enjoy it. Yes, if Alabama's 1, Coastal Carolina's 8, they're going to get the doors beat off, but so would Oklahoma. It's like, to me, there's no difference. That would just be fun. Have Cincinnati, who's got a really good defense, have them, just imagine a Cincinnati 7 against a number 2 Ohio State. It's an in-state rivalry. Cincinnati have something to prove, and and all these teams are having trouble having full schedules anyway. So why not have like this best competition there? Like the top 4 is going to be boring. Make it 8 this season, and just reevaluate after that. That's the right.
Yep.
16 is just a little bit too many for
me. Yeah. I agree.
All right, if we're done with the college football, which I think we are, let's head off to the NFL.
NFL, man. Week 10. What were your thoughts?
Well, I thought Philly was terrible. I don't. Who are they?
Dude, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I don't even think they were even in that Giants game. Like, it's so, like, that team is so. I know they lost their first game of the season and got blown out by Washington. And then after that, they've just been so up and down that they've just been complete garbage.
Yeah.
Like, literally complete garbage. And it's just so weird to see that.
That whole division is just weird, man.
This is true. What else surprised me? Actually, I think that was really the only big, like, huge surprise.
Well, let's see. We had the Washington football guys. They lost on a last-minute field goal.
Yeah, to Detroit, but I mean, it was a competitive game.
But Alex Smith played his heart out that game, man. He was awesome.
390. Man. Dude threw for 390.
Man, I'm so happy for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really want him to come out with that win. I mean, I got to give Detroit a little bit of credit. They kicked the field goal like 16 seconds. They got the ball like 16 seconds.
Yeah, and moved it downfield, which that's just not a good look for that Washington defense. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, Chase Young had a bad penalty.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
Yeah, but so Detroit, whatever. Let's see. Tampa, I told you last week, I said it. Tom was going to come back with a vengeance, and they doubled up Carolina last week, man, 46-23. And not that we didn't. We both picked Tampa to win that game, but Tom Brady, he came back. But man, the biggest.
Miami.
Before we get to Miami,
okay.
The biggest surprise, well, not surprised, but great game. MVP candidates, Kyler Murray and Josh Allen, man.
Yeah, that was good.
Kyler Murray threw a ball into triple coverage.
That Hail Mary, man.
Dude, the Hail Murray.
Hail Murray. I remember, yes, the Hail Murray.
I still don't know how. You just two things. How did he catch that ball? And the second thing, where was everybody else, dude?
They were there. He just
but normally you see a bunch of people in the end zone. Like, I don't know.
Listen, and as Dan could probably tell you, playing Mustang football, Hail Marys are harder to defend than you think. It looks easy because the ball's in the air so long, but you have to time your jump. You have to be in the right position. It's all those things. And the only person that, because you can't foul anybody really or push anybody around, the person who's going to be usually in the best position is the receiver. And Hopkins has ups. He's got one of the biggest hands in the NFL. And he's Hopkins, man. That's all I got to He's Hopkins. And
I love DeAndre Hopkins, man. They stole him. They got him. I mean, they stole him from Houston, man.
Stole him.
So, but good for them. Good for them.
I know DeAndre's still sitting at home, like, seriously, seriously, this is what this dude's doing. He's not on my team anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, that was big. But yeah, let's get to that Miami game. The only matchup of black head coaches during the season. Chargers flew over to Miami. We had Herbert, 2 rookies this year, Herbert and Tua.
Yeah.
Went at it, and Miami coming out with a win. Miami's now 5-3. And
6-3. Miami is 6.
Sorry, 6-3. My bad. 6. I was looking because it's not updated on this thing.
Okay, well maybe they. Oh, wait a minute. No, they are 5-3. I'm sorry.
All right, and see what happens. All right. Anyway, so the 5-3 Dolphins, who could be 6-3 soon.
No, they will be after the day.
Yeah, the soon to be. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx them. Let's not jinx them yet. So they're currently 5-3 because I don't want no smoke if something happens. Okay, so 5-3 Dolphins. But it's a good game, man. I don't know why I'm excited to watch them play because Tua. I watched Tua in college getting the injuries, but he's looking good. Miami's looking good, and they played with a 90th string running back last week, and they still won the game. So they are 6-3.
Yeah,
No.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So, I guess it's just not updated on this week 10 or whatever.
Yeah, well, you got to go to week 11.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're looking good, man.
Yeah. Their defense is playing well. The most encouraging thing about Tua to me is the fact that he's running around, dude. Like he's scrambling, he's running the ball, and I saw one play, man, where he ran and dove, and I get nervous for Tua, but he's moving around fine. Hey, man, as long as that dude stays healthy, man, he's going to keep Miami in it.
Yeah, he has a good future.
Yeah, the Dolphins are relevant again, which is great. Only thing is, I just want to tell Tua, don't say things like, it's not as hard as I expected it, or I thought it would be harder. I mean, look, this is the NFL, dude. It's going to get harder, especially once they get tape on you. So, and I kind of get what he's saying, but still, you don't say stuff like that.
I mean, I get it, but he's, again, he's an Alabama dude. He's got confidence. He came in as a freshman at halftime and won a national championship. So there's no one else that do that. Dude has a sort of moxie about him, and again, he's still a humble guy. Yeah, he's a humble dude. So just more power to him. But I get what you're saying.
You gotta watch. Yeah.
But because the NFL, but if there's, we don't need to say it. The NFL will humble you if it needs to.
Right.
It does for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
I guess one of the shockers of the week was the Ravens losing to the Patriots.
Well, you called that though, didn't you?
No, I thought they were one. I didn't know they were going to play on a freaking monsoon. I mean, the weather was horrible.
Football weather.
Yeah. And what New England did is they ran all over. Is the reason why they were able to run because of injuries. Injuries are really starting to pile up on the Ravens right now. I mean, we're losing. I mean, and not just like minor injuries, but they're having losses for the year, and then starting to pile up, and it's really starting to affect them in a bad way. So, everybody's shocked. Oh, how did New England run on the Ravens? They ran because our front line is hurt. You know what I mean? We had Calais Campbell out, Brandon Williams out. I mean, those are our run stuffers right there. A lot of our front line is just hurt right now. And
you have a totally wonderful matchup to help you out this weekend.
What's that?
Facing the Titans.
Dude, let me tell you something right now. I look and I see that the Ravens, I think, are 6.5 point favorites. On ESPN, they're 75% favorites to beat the Titans.
They're playing at home, right? Or is that why?
They're at home, but I don't know why people think they are not beating the Titans today. They're not. The Ravens are in bad shape. We have our offensive line is in shambles right now. It's been decimated. We have 3 starters not playing. Like I said, our defensive line, half of our defensive line is not playing right now. We lost Nick Boyle, who is our tight end, who is we lost him for the year. He is integral to the Ravens offense. Like their offense is not going to be because of Nick Boyle being hurt for the year. They're pretty much going to have to change their offense. It's not good, man. It's not good, and I don't think people realize like that these aren't the same Ravens from early in the year because the injuries are just piling up, and I don't know if they have enough to combat it. They're not winning this game today.
All right. Well, speaking of winning, there was a Thursday night game. Your Arizona, which came out that great win, played Seattle, who they beat earlier in the season on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
and
you shot me a text. You said who you got?
Yeah, because I know how we both forget Thursday Night Football games sometimes, and we both picked Seattle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we both picked Seattle. Seattle ended up winning the game. Russell Wilson had a solid game. He didn't go over 200 yards passing, but he did what he had to do. They had a good rushing attack. Carlos Hyde was a beast in this game, and they end up winning 28-21 at home. And that just that's why this division is so good.
Yeah.
Man, it's very competitive. If only if the 49ers actually had a quarterback, they would probably still be okay. But the three teams are still in that division for that title. And it's just exciting. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think you might be right, man. I think the Rams might ultimately win this division, man.
Yeah, we'll see. They have a test coming up this week, so we'll see how it goes out. And that'll be the Monday night game. So we'll get down to that.
Yeah. Real quick before we end off week 10, your boy finally won on Monday night, Captain Kirk, man.
Oh yeah, man, we're all excited for him. All right, so. Well, what are the standings so far? Let's get to the standings real quick. So we're doing we're not like betting anything or anything, but I think you still have an extra point or two. I believe from like earlier in the season. Oh, I thought you didn't pick the Thursday night game. You didn't pick it, or did you pick?
I didn't pick it. I told you. Yeah. So what's the? It's okay. Well,
it's 98-87.
Oh, you're winning.
Yeah, but I think we could add like one or two or something to your something.
Yeah,
like
two. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be like 89-98. Right now, I'm picking at 90%. So I mean, because that's just how good I am. So that's wonderful. But let's get to these week 11 picks.
All right. Well, let's start with Atlanta and the Saints.
Well, speaking of news.
Yeah.
Jeez, a lot of news. Drew freaking Brees, man. I know when he got hit on that sack, you could tell he was hurt, but I didn't know he was at the time. I'm going to say this at the time. We have more news today, but at the time was 5 broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Punctured or collapsed?
Huh?
Was it punctured or collapsed? I thought it was collapsed.
I thought it does both. I think once it punctures, it collapses. I don't know. All I know is that there had to be some pain involved.
Dude.
That dude was wrecked, okay? Wrecked. And even though I still don't think that should have been a penalty either, but that's besides. But it wrecked him. He was out of the game. Jameis came in. They still won that game. So this week, they put him on IR. So he's going to miss at least 3 weeks. Yeah. They actually found he has 11 rib fractures, not 5. He's doing better, but he has 11 rib fractures.
Dude.
What in the holy Hades is going on? 11. First of all, we're near his age.
Yeah,
never were the elite athletes he was. But I'm honestly going on network television today announcing my retirement from football. I'm done because I'm just all week. I'm breathing. I don't know how I'm breathing. I know he's a tough dude. But dude, I'm out. I'm
11 rib fractures.
I'm like, New Orleans, thank you. I love you. Yeah. Goodbye.
But because of this,
collapses. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. But because of this, it looks like Taysom Hill is going to get the start today.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's going to get the start for however long he's out because they basically were saying that Taysom Hill is going to start and Jameis basically has no planning in the offense. So, yeah, that's That's an indictment to me on Jameis, even though he did okay last week. Yeah, listen, Doc, if you saw that hit he took and how he landed hard, which I'll send you the video, you can see how it started out with 5 fractures and went to 11. Man. But oh man, his breathing just has to hurt,
dude. Yeah,
that breathing had to hurt. Anyway, so Taysom Hill will be speaking. Okay, so Taysom Hill is going to be starting this game. It's against the Falcons. They're playing at home. I'm still picking New Orleans to win the game.
Me too. Come on.
Okay.
Come on now.
Yeah, because we don't believe in the Falcons. The Falcons probably, I bet you the Falcons going to be up 21-3 in this game and end up losing.
Yeah.
All right. The next game we have your Cincinnati Bengals on the road facing the Washington football team. Who you got?
The Bengals.
I got the Bengals. I think they're a much better team. Mixon is out, so Giovanni will the forever backup Giovanni Bernard.
Ooh, yeah,
that dude's been a Bengal longer than like Boomer Esiason, I think.
Yeah,
that dude's always there, but he's gonna play. I just think Cincinnati has played a harder schedule. They played a lot of better teams close. Washington just doesn't have the firepower, even though they had a good game last week. I think this is going to be a close game, but I think Cincinnati's going to win too.
Yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati.
And what I feel like is the hardest game of this week for me to pick, because I don't know who these teams are. The Philadelphia Eagles are on the road facing the Cleveland Browns.
They're not beating the Browns.
I don't know what Browns team's going to show up either. And the Eagles are one of those teams that just some inexplicable way end up winning. I'm actually picking Philadelphia.
All right, I'm picking the Browns. I don't know if Philly's going to be able to stop both Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and I think they're going to run. I think this is going to be the blueprint for the Browns going forward. They're just going to run these dudes to death, man. And they both
and only let Baker make passes he has to make.
Right. Yep.
All right. Next game we have Carolina Panthers at home against your Matthew Stafford-led 4-5, almost at 500 Detroit Lions.
And you know where I'm going here?
Carolina.
Yeah.
Of course, because you hate Matt Stafford. Well, I got
Carolina. And his better half. But anyway.
I'm picking Carolina in this game too, even though there's no McCaffrey. He's out. I just feel like the Panthers will be a better team. And after they got blown out last week, I feel like they're in for a rebound. And Detroit coming off a close win, I feel like Carolina's winning this game.
Yep.
All right, we got, as you already predicted, your Baltimore Ravens at home against the Tennessee Titans. So I take it that you're taking the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans on this one. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a field day today. I think offensively the Ravens will be okay. I just don't know how they're going to stop Derrick Henry today with our defensive line in shambles right now.
Yeah, I'm picking the Ravens. It's going to be a close game. It might come down to a Tucker field goal. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to stop the run, but they have to come up with something. I know they had at least this whole week to scheme something up if it works. But it's a tough, hard-fought game, and but I feel like the Ravens are going to end up winning this game.
And see, the problem is because they're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry, it's going to make Tannehill in that play-action game even more effective. And I just look, hey, I hope I'm wrong, man, but these injuries are really concerning me. So.
All right, we got the New England Patriots on the road against the Houston Texans.
I am taking Houston.
All right, I'm taking the Patriots.
Don't let last week's game fool you, okay?
Oh, of course not.
If
but Houston's record doesn't fool me either.
And this is a big if, but look, if it wasn't freaking the monsoon last week, the Ravens would have won that game easily. Look, I give credit to New England for beating the Ravens. But I think the weather had a lot to do with it. But hey, that's football. I don't think Houston's winning this game.
If Bill O'Brien was coaching, I would definitely pick New England anyway because none of the assistants can seem to beat Belichick anyway. But I don't know what Houston has. I feel like Houston's kind of given up.
You know what they have? They have Deshaun Watson.
They do.
And he's going to light him up today.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks, maybe. I just don't believe in the team. J.J. Watt doesn't want to be there. People just people just that team's just falling off the face of the earth. So I'm picking New England.
Okay,
but it's good because we have a lot of differences here. Because sometimes we don't. Pittsburgh on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who you got?
Next.
I guess we both got Pittsburgh. Okay. The Miami Dolphins on the road against the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to take
lock.
You know what? This isn't. I mean, you would think the Dolphins are going to win this game, but I'm gonna stick with the Dolphins. This is gonna be a close game, though. This is gonna be a close game.
Oh, it's gonna be close. I feel like Denver's got a kind of a solid team, even though they're 3-6. They play well at home. The Thin Air, Mile High Stadium, or whatever it's called now, Vesco Field or something. But I feel like Miami's on a roll. I feel like they have better coach, better team. Again, it's going to be a close game. They have one of the best kickers, though, the Dolphins, and Jason Sanders. I feel like it's going to come down to him and a field goal, but I feel like Miami's going to win this game.
Drew Lock is playing, and what's your point, Dan? I mean, Drew Lock, look, he's not a...
I like Drew Lock. Drew Lock isn't garbage.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got a problem with Drew Lock? The Dolphins are playing well, okay, but don't
be dissing Drew Lock now. I'm going to take that personally.
Well, you're wrong, man. This is still the NFL. This is going to be a close game, man.
Drew Lock is playing. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
All right, I know what this means. Jets on the road, the Fighting Flaccos on the road against Herbert and the Chargers.
Who's playing this week? Who's starting? He is starting?
Yes. They said Darnold just needs one more week.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to Chargers unless they have a lead in this game because then they'll blow it. So maybe they'll come from behind. But if you can't beat the Jets, you can't beat anybody. They took the Chiefs to some good games this season. I got the Chargers at home.
All right.
My game of the week here, Dallas on the road against Minnesota. Former quarterback that I don't particularly care about against a team I will never, ever care about. I'm picking Minnesota.
I wanted to pick Dallas. I really did. I might change. I'll stick with Minnesota, but don't sleep on Dallas.
I'm sleeping. I'm snoozing. I'm napping. I'm Rip Van Winkling the Cowboys.
All right. Okay.
All right. The best player of all time, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, are on the road against the guy with 9 kids and the Indianapolis Colts. Who you got?
Yeah, too bad the best player of all time is losing today. I'm taking the Colts.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously you know who I'm picking. Green Bay. They need the running game in this one. I don't know. Devontae's a little bit banged up. Not sure if he's playing today or not. That would be a big difference if Devontae's not playing. But if they can get a running game going, Indy's got a good defense. But the Packers, I think, are going to eke this game out. It's going to be a close game, though. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Kansas City on the road, Sunday Night Football, to avenge their one loss this season against the Las Vegas. Who you got?
Well, you know, KC wants to win this game.
Oh yeah, badly.
They don't want to get swept by the Raiders. So yeah, come on, we're taking KC.
Okay. All right, KC. I'm taking KC. So in the Monday night game, we have my Los Angeles Rams on the road against the Tampa Bay Raptors. I'm sorry, Buccaneers. Who you got?
I am taking the LA Rams.
Oh, well, so am I. I'm taking the LA Rams. I think if Aaron Donald gets in that backfield and meets Tom Brady, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
So I think the Rams are going to win this game. I just have a good feeling about it. So what we got? Our top 5, bottom 5.
Yeah, man.
All right, top 5, bottom 5. I want you to start out with your top 5 teams, and I'll finish with the bottom teams.
All right. So we have some new entrants into the top 5 this week.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So this is pretty good. So, let's see. The Bucks. I got the Bucks, man, at number 5.
Oh, all right.
And number 4, your Green Bay Packers. Number 3, their first entrance into the top 5, the New Orleans Saints. Coming in number 2, the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. And at number 1, I don't care if the Steelers undefeated, the best team in football is the KC Chiefs.
Okay, cool. All right, of course, we got the bottom 5. The bottom 5 is led, of course, by the leaders who've been there all season. I give them credit. They do not want to relinquish the lead that they have. The New York Football Jets, of course, have to be the top spot of the bottom 5. All right, after them, Jacksonville Jaguars, 1-8. They want to be right there in sweepstakes, man. They're following right behind them. Number 3, the NFC East, because Philadelphia had a chance to go at 500 last week, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. It is so sad and so terrible that even though Philadelphia is still leading at 3-5-1 in the division, it's just terrible. So the whole NFC East is number 3. Number 4, the Houston Texans. I just feel like they just given up and laid over for the rest of the season. I think whatever Bill O'Brien, everything that he did in that offseason to hurt this team, has hurt this team, and they just haven't really had life breathed back into them yet. And a new entrance into this team, I was going to say Cincinnati, but I feel like Cincinnati has had some better games. The Chargers, I feel like the Chargers should be better than the 2-7, but they have lost way too many leads. And I do like Herbert, but right now I got my number 5 is the LA Superchargers.
All right.
Yep.
Cool, man.
So yeah, appreciate it. All right. So in our series, the show for this week is our icons. So last week we did the NFC South, and this is the most iconic players in those franchises. So this one was a little bit more complicated than normal, but we're not picking Houston Oilers. We're just picking Tennessee Titans. We're not picking Baltimore Colts. We're just picking Indianapolis Colts. Houston Texans are the Houston Texans, and the Jaguars are the Jaguars. So we're good with that. So let's start out with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right. Well, I think this is going to be pretty boring because I think we're going to have the answers for every one of these teams.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Okay.
But who you got for Jacksonville?
To me, it's only one player. The most iconic player on the Jacksonville Jaguars is Tony Pacelli.
What? Not Mark Brunell?
No.
Not Gardner Minshew?
No. Fred Taylor? No. It's Tony Pacelli, man.
Jalen Ramsey?
No.
Okay. Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack?
I don't know. It was a Mack. They had a Mack on that team. I forgot what his name was. It was Aaron. Miles Jack. Miles Jack. Which, I like Jack Daniels, so that's cool. But yeah, Miles Jack, yeah. But no, it's totally Pacelli.
Yeah.
There's no one else. It's not even close. Tony Pacelli, he's a Hall of Famer now, right? Is he a Hall of Famer?
He's got a Hall of Fame. Yeah.
But yeah, he's was their number. He was the first ever draft pick in the Jacksonville Jaguars history.
Yeah.
And he was an all-time player. So I know he played 7 seasons. I know it was injury. An injury ended his career. But the dude was top notch, and he is the number 1 iconic player in Jacksonville history.
Absolutely.
Houston Texans next. Houston, you're on the clock. Who you got?
As much as I would love to put Arian Foster or Matt Schaub on this list.
Oh, don't forget about the wide receiver whose name I couldn't remember.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
The most iconic Houston Texans ever is J.J. Watt.
Not even close.
I mean,
who else is it going to be?
Yeah.
He's out there chopping wood.
Yeah.
He's defensive player of the years awards. Yeah. He's helped the community.
He defeated Hurricane. What was it? I forget.
There's a lot of them. It's been too many. Honestly, it's been way too many. But he's done so much for the community. He's part of the community and that team. So it's got to be J.J. Watt.
But I took him off the list because now he wants out. So no, let me stop.
I don't blame you.
His brother's better than he is now.
Oh, well, he doesn't. His brother doesn't get injured as much yet.
No, his brother TJ is better than JJ at this point, man.
Well, but JJ's had a lot of injuries. That dude's torn something nearly every season.
Yeah.
All right. So our next is I want to go with who I want to go with. Not Indy, Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
I'm going to do the Tennessee Titans again, not the Houston Oilers, the Tennessee Titans. This one was a little Everson. Hey M, what's up, M? Going on M. I know she's a Doll fan. Does she have a Tua jersey? If not, she needs one for Christmas. So M, put that on your Christmas list. You want a Tua jersey.
Wait a minute, I heard those things are hard to come by right now.
Oh, you know what? That's true. So you might want to get one made and put her name on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard those Tua jerseys, boy. Woo.
Yeah, I think they're the number one selling jersey, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but Tennessee Titans iconic player. I pick Steve McNair.
Yeah, it's Steve McNair, the late Steve McNair, won an MVP back in 2000.
Took him to the Super Bowl. Yeah, took him to the Super Bowl. Was Derek Mason a stretch away from winning it? You know, I mean, they have some iconic players in Tennessee. Eddie George comes to mind. Derrick Henry is there now. Yeah. But their only true ever franchise quarterback that they've ever had in their history is Eric McNair.
Yep.
So so Eric McNair to me is their most iconic player.
Yep.
Yeah. So now we go to the Colts, and I know we were talking. Brian and I were talking on the phone. The Colts really. I know there's a new team in Baltimore, but to me, they never had their Baltimore roots. I can't call them their Baltimore history. So they're just been the Indianapolis Colts. So if I just go from the Indianapolis Colts, of course, there's only one player that's going to be the all-time Indianapolis Colt, and I don't even think it's close.
It's the mayor of Paytonsville.
Oh, is it? I was going to go with the QB from Stanford. It's not him because he had the best Twitter account during this whole time. It's got to be Andrew Luck, right?
Captain Andrew.
That dude, that Twitter account was the best Twitter that someone made up of all time.
Oh, man, that was so funny.
And his voice sounded like mine because he's all nasally, and I just love when the guys come out there and play hard, and we're just here, we're just battling away. There's something about Andrew Luck that I liked. It's not Reggie Wayne, fortunately, it's not Marvin Harrison. No. It's just Peyton. It's Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks ever. Is the face of and the most iconic player of the Colts. But you're right. This is the first time we had all four. We agreed. Yeah. I don't even think it was close.
No.
I don't even think it was close. So,
no.
And congratulations to them, and thank you everybody for tuning in this week. I think, I think we should do the NFC North next week.
Okay.
So I already know who I'm picking for Green Bay, so I think it's over. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We're here live on StreamYard. You could go ahead and press like and follow us on YouTube and NYDMD Podcast, and hopefully, comment on the show. We appreciate it. We're also on Facebook, IG, and Twitter, NYDMD Podcast. And if you want to just listen to the audio version of the show, we appreciate it. You can download us and also subscribe to us. We're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you download podcasts, you will find NYDMD Podcast. So thank you, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy. I know everybody won't be able to be with their families. And also, wear your masks.
Yeah, y'all. Please stay safe during this Thanksgiving, please.
And we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Goodbye and good night.